Hey everyone, it's Ryan. It is today. What is today? Today is Saturday, I think. I'm losing track of my days. I've been off for a few for work for Thanksgiving. If you're not in the U.S., Thanksgiving is a holiday we have in November, and a lot of people get time off work. I'm actually at my parents' house, so I'm out of state. But got up a little early uh, to make a video. I am doing Optimus Prime number 25. This is cover B from IDW. As I've said, I've been enjoying some IDW stuff here lately. This was pretty heavily recommended by someone in my comments, but I thought I'd pick it up and check it out. I think it's supposed to be the end of the Optimus Prime story, but also kind of the end of a big story arc of Transformers stuff here. So that being said, this I'm gonna review this. I'm not even gonna review it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna flip through it a little bit, but I'm not qualified to give any opinion on this stuff. We're seeing the end. This is the end. This is the culmination of years of storytelling that I have not read. So it wouldn't be even fair for me to give some kind of review. But I love Transformers. I think someone picked up on the fact that I like IDW and Transformers and said I should pick this up. And this could be closing the doors for this story for a lot of people, but for me, kind of opening it up. So I might go back in time and check some of this out. If you have any recommendations of where to start, let me know. My quick Google searching said I should start with like the IDW Collections, maybe phase 2, maybe not even phase 1. That might be a big chunk, but start with phase 2 and it'll kind of catch me up. But the whole idea here is you've got this long story of Optimus Prime. There's a lot here. There is a lot going on with this that I had mixed emotions about. I mean, like, this scene is Optimus being created, so to speak. Oh, sorry about that glare. Let me work on this. I'm not used to these lights. Um, this is Orion Pax, Optimus Prime, when he's first created. So, kind of hits you right in the feels, so to speak, to see this on paper. I was a huge Transformers fan as a kid. I love the original animated movie. I know it was made to sell toys, and it's clearly not as deep as this. A lot of politics going on here, a lot of feelings about history and the rewritings of it, and the life of a great figure from a lot of people's childhoods. But anyway, here's Orion Pax. He talks about as soon as he's created, he sees this little robot getting abused, and he says perhaps these moments drive us. And what they've done here, which took me a second to figure out. Again, I'm trying to wade through this without having read any of it. They've got one page that is the kind of the past history of Optimus, and then they've got what's going on currently, which is fine. It just took me a second. What were these things called from the movie? The little candy strip things. Let me know. I can't remember. I'll look it up. But so anyway, Optimus decides to join the police force. You got this interesting scene where they're talking about the weight of killing folks, and Optimus says, or Orion says, but our job is to keep the peace. We only kill as the last option when evil leaves us no choice. And this guy thinks he's kidding. So a little, maybe a little naive here, which is great. So again, they're flipping back and forth. From what I gather with the story, the Transformers Autobots have kind of annexed Earth into part of their kingdom, so to speak. and the humans are not at all happy about it, or at least a lot of them aren't. So that's the feeling here. But again, not a lot of storytelling going on here. This is a lot of, flashbacks to certain scenes. Here's where you see the Decepticon symbol, just a little graffiti. So very, very cool. Really sparked an interest in wanting to get back into reading about some of this stuff. Again, when I was a kid, I didn't care. The politics and all the deep stuff that's going on here, I didn't care about that. I was watching robots shoot at each other and turn into cars and trucks, and dinosaurs. None of this mattered, but now it's kind of creepy almost, but very interesting to go back and see some of these characters with a little more personality, a little more tragedy behind them. There's an interesting scene, I'm skipping some pages here, but there's an interesting scene with Starscream and Bumblebee that I think I have an idea what's going on here, but again, not sure. I'm reading this blind, guys. But I think the idea here is that Optimus for a long time was trying to... the backstory they're telling is that he was trying to help the Decepticons kind of feel their way in the world and kind of promote their cause, not because he necessarily believed in it, but he believed in the freedom of it. Again, just interesting stuff. Kind of a strange scene here with Shockwave and Prowl. This is kind of a lot of dark stuff here. There's a lot of dark stuff going on. This is another interesting one with Optimus kind of recruiting some folks. But I think the idea here is that, they're trying to say that, Optimus wasn't perfect like we all believe him to be, and there were some things that he did that were kind of manipulative sometimes, and maybe he wasn't always on the right side of history like we all want to believe. But didn't know how I felt about that, but it's interesting if nothing else. So yeah, I'm glad I read this. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm glad I have it in my collection. And like I said, if nothing else, it makes me want to go kind of pick up some of the other stories. I don't even know if I'll bother getting like the previous issues, 24, 23, and so forth. I think I'll just, if I decide to pick this up and read it more, I'll just get that IDW Collections. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd be curious to see what you think about, one, where someone would jump into this to catch up. Apparently they're going to reboot the whole thing here soon, but if I was going to read some of it, is phase 2 of the collections a good place to start, or is there a trade I should get? Trying to make it as quick and easy and inexpensive as possible to kind of get caught up. What you think about that, and then also, what do you think about the portrayal here through the whole story? Again, I'm not qualified to offer an opinion, but I'd be curious to see what you guys think. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.